Hello all, we have taken assess for the teacher practice area uh, by permission from Dr. Nelly. So to complete the task of studying the video, the activities in the TPA, we need to assess the teacher practice area. We can either click over here to assess the teacher practice area, or we can go to my courses over here, go to Moodle training, and there below on the second one, that is the teacher practice area over here. So clicking on it, we can assess the teacher practice area. Now over here, you have some instructions, some support and some practice area. So first you need to turn on over here. So after turning on, we can add the activators and resources. So let us go to the activators and activities and resources and check them. To add an activity or resource, you can click on this. Yeah. So these are the different activities over here, and there are many activities. In all, there are 53 activities. So one can choose these activities to add to the Moodle platform for your convenience of teaching and learning. So these activities are all arranged over here alphabetically, and there are 53 of them. So we started with the assignment, and this is the zoom over here, A to Z. So most of them are all spread over for different purposes, and there are some with a similar utility, like the assignment over here. When you click on it, it gives you all the details about the assignment activity, which enables the teacher to communicate tasks and collect work and provide grades and feedback. So this is one such activity which you can have for your students, and you can have the grading also done. Similarly, if you see the feedback, I'm taking it, I've classified them according to the purpose of this thing, similar purpose. So I'm taking them according to that. So the feedback activity enables a teacher to create a survey of collecting the feedback from participants for various purposes. Now, similarly, mind maps. So that is also an activity which the students can submit after having understood a particular topic or lesson, or somewhere where they have the overall view of the topic or the lesson. So this was one class of activities. The next class is about the attendance. Attendance is where you can mark your the students can themselves mark the attendance. She can create a multiple session, the teacher, and can mark the attendance. So it was the hot question activity I wanted to refer to, and it was about the quizzes and the polls that we were discussing. So this is one such activity where the students can post and vote on post in response to questions asked by the course teachers. Then this is HP5, where you can introduce some questions within your video, or question sets can be put up over here. There are multiple choice questions. So during a video, you can add some content, add some question, and let the students follow it up. So one by one, as they appear for that poll, they know they have understood the topic or not, and they move on further. So that this helps interactions, and these scores can be tracked also. And in this section over here, quiz is the last one over here, which helps you to design quizzes comprising questions of various types. And this can be used for course exams or mini test, or for self-assessment or feedback, etc. So this was all about polls, votes and quizzes. Yeah. Next is the different types of banks. So then you have starting with the database. So in database, you can have maintain a collection of entries, records, which can be check boxes, radio buttons, drop down menus, areas, pictures, uploaded files. So all this can be saved into a particular format and can be collaboratively used. That was one. The next is the glossary. So glossary is again a collection of different definitions like in a dictionary, or to collect and organize resources or information. And the last over here is the media collections. So media collection helps to create galleries of media content. So this way these are all collections: the data bank, the glossary and media collections. Now to adding an external tool. So tools can be linked up as learning resources, and for that you need to have the support of the learning tools interoperability. Just as we had one as RSS for the blogs, this is something similar to that. So you can introduce external tools which are context aware, and they can support reading or configurations, and they can help you provide better services. You could also have newsletters. So this helps to publish all your email newsletters, and you can have the podcast also, which is helping the participants to publish episodes containing videos and video files, and these can be browsed alphabetically or by category, and the teacher can allow comments on the episodes, and the students can subscribe to the podcast with their favorite web browser. So these were collections. Now next was coming to fair allocation. Now fair allocation allows you to define your choices. You can distribute automatically the participants depending upon their available choices according to the ratings which are defined by the automatically. So this is your distribution of students. So distribution of students can also be done by other ways, using group choice, where the students enroll themselves in a group within a course, and the teacher can select which group students can choose from and the maximum number of students allowed in each group. So this is what we are actually practicing for this module. Then there's a group formation, where the plugin generates groups of participants based on the questionnaire answers. Self-selection is where the participants can create groups, and the supervisors can be assigned, and teacher can export the group list as a file. You also have team builder. Team builder is again a tool to assign students to Moodle groups based on their answers to a series of questions which you specify. So you have defined roles, and you can formulate multiple choice question answers to identify the students which are best suited for filling these roles, and you can distribute these students evenly among a specified number of teams. So you can create heterogeneous groups depending on the abilities of the students or the participants. So this was to distribute students. Then you can have a number of games as activities. Games such as questions over here, crosswords, cryptics, hangman, hidden, millionaires, snakes and ladders, sudoku. All these games can be introduced, along with also your quest tournament. Quest tournament is an activity to develop contest which the students can participate. Next, to have your material for students to keep them set up in a proper format, students can use journal, which helps the teachers to obtain. So the journal activity enables the teachers to obtain students' feedback about a specific topic. You can also have a students folder where the student offers, the participants can upload documents available to other participants, or the assignments can be chosen for a student, and the teacher can decide which documents or the assignment are visible for all participants. So we finished with the games, questionnaires, journals. Then the hotpot. Hotpot allows the teacher to distribute interactive learning materials. So besides this particular activity, the teacher can also distribute her resources using lesson activity, where she can deliver the content to the students, and also the task chain allows the teacher to distribute interactive learning materials, and the chain can be followed depending on the different tasks assigned to the students during the material, or during going through the material. Now Move Typer is a activity which allows you to learn how to type, and you also have Read Aloud, which is an activity which allows the student to submit an assignment, maybe in the audio form, where the teacher can mark the words incorrectly and get the students oriented for the right diction. So also you have Reader over here, which helps you to set reading goals for the students, and then you can demonstrate what are the specified, how the students are achieving the specified goals. You have a questionnaire, which allows you to construct surveys with various different question types, and you also have survey activity, which provides a number of survey instruments which can help the students to create their survey and use it. The teachers can use it as a feedback activity. You have Screen Customatic over here, which allows you to create videos, edit them and publish them. Flipped classroom learning can be enhanced or facilitated using Screen Customatic. And there is something interesting over here, the tutorial booking. So over here the students can sign up for a single slot, and this could be very conveniently used for remedial coaching. So the students who want to register for this, they can be forming a group, and the teachers can be having their names visible or hidden from students, and these students can print registers to the slots, and they can be manually removed or added according to the students' progress, and these can be unlocked for sign up, and a message can be signed up to everyone signed up to a slot. So it's easy to segregate a small portion of students so that they can learn something different than the rest of the class. So this is all about the different activities. There were 53 activities, and it would be very interesting to have them all included when we are having our own classes set up. So we can choose one from each category maybe and help ourselves. Thank you so much.